1964 Dodge Polara, located in Gravette, AR, valued at $27,500. This thing is visually stunning. That deep, glowing metallic, burgundy paint paired with the silver roof and that aggressive black hood scoop gives it a stance that practically screams American muscle. It looks like it wants to run a quarter mile just sitting in the driveway. Let's dive into the specs, because the seller's description is packed with the good stuff. This isn't just a lazy Sunday cruiser. It is powered by a swapped for 140 cubic inch big block V8 featuring a choppy Lunotti Voodoo camshaft to give it modern reliability and throttle response. They've upgraded it with a Holly Sniper to EFI system and modern ignition. All that power hits the pavement through a legendary Torqueflite 727 automatic transmission. And the coolest part, it still uses the classic factory push-button shifter, but it's been beefed up with a stage-to kit. The seller also notes this was originally a factory AC, heat, and power car, a highly rare option combination for a mid-60s Polara. Historically, 1964 was a massive, transitional year for Dodge. The Polara was riding on the newly downsized B-body platform, making it significantly lighter than the massive land yachts of the late 50s. This car was born right at the dawn of the true muscle car era. Back then, it was going head-to-head with heavyweights like the Chevrolet Impala SS and the Ford Galaxy 500. But while Ford and Chevy were focusing heavily on smooth, floating rides, Mopa was busy building lighter, stripped-down brawlers designed to absolutely dominate the drag strip. Fast forward to today, in 2026, firing up a cammed 440 big block that literally shakes the pavement is the ultimate automotive. 1960 to Mercury Comet, located in Kennett, Mo, valued at $9,000. This two-door sedan sits beautifully on a set of classic 5-spoke wheels, giving it a great vintage street machine stance. According to the seller's description, this car is very structurally sound, and the heavy lifting is already done. Under the hood is a humble but bulletproof 144 cubic inch inline-6 engine that doesn't smoke, paired with a brand new exhaust. The seller has done a ton of great upgrades. They swapped the old generator for an alternator, installed new brake lines, and sealed the floorboards with brand new carpet. The interior also features a new Grant steering wheel, a retro Bluetooth stereo, and fresh gauges. Honestly, all it really needs to be finished is a headliner, a dash pad, and a fresh paint job. Historically, the Comet was Mercury's premium answer to the compact car boom in the early 60s, while the masses were buying the standard Ford Falcon or the Chevy Nova. The Comet gave you a longer wheelbase, sharper miniature tail fins, and a slightly more upscale, stylish presence on the road. Here in 2026, wrenching on a simple, analog inline-6 like this is pure weekend therapy. 1956 Ford Sunliner, located in Hammond, Wisconsin, valued at $52,500. That flawless two-tone coral and white paint job practically screams vintage Americana. The massive chrome bumpers, the classic sweeping side trim, and that gorgeous red interior make this drop top an absolute showstopper. Let's dive into the details, because this isn't just a quick cosmetic polish job. This Sunliner underwent a complete nut and bolt rotisserie restoration, making it a true classic cruiser that's ready for the open road. Here is what makes this specific build so incredible. Under the hood sits the legendary 312Y block V8, upgraded with a 4-barrel Edelbrock carburetor for reliable power. It is paired with an automatic overdrive transmission, making it a perfect highway cruiser. It features power steering and power brakes with upgraded front disc brakes for a vastly improved safety and handling. The electrical system has a modern alternator conversion, and it rides on stunning Thunderbird wire wheels. You get a fully functional power convertible top and an original style town and country radio to complete the vintage vibe. Historically, 1956 was a massive year for Detroit. Ford was locked in a fierce sales war with the Chevrolet Bel Air and the Plymouth Belvedere. While the '56 Chevy gets a ton of spotlight today, The Ford Sunliner was actually the best-selling convertible in America that year. Ford gave buyers improved safety features, a new 12-volt electrical system, and that unmistakable Thunderbird-inspired styling that made everyday drivers feel like Hollywood movie stars. Sitting here in 2026, firing up a carbureted Y-block V8 and dropping the top on a warm summer night is the ultimate analog escape. It is pure, unfiltered automotive therapy. 1960 Studebaker GT Hawk, located in St. Paul, MN, valued at $19,500. If you take a close look, you can instantly see why this car is such an absolute head-turner. That clean, crisp white paint, the elegant formal roofline, and those classic white wall tires give it an incredible, upscale presence. It looks less like a standard American muscle car and more like a high-end European cruiser meant for a scenic coastal highway. Now, let's talk about what makes this specific find so special. According to the listing details, this is a remarkably honest, turnkey driver showing just 44,960 original miles on the odometer. Under that long hood sits Studebaker's rugged 289 cubic inch V8 engine, which is paired with an automatic transmission. What blows me away are the factory options. This thing left the plant packed with premium features. We're talking power steering, power brakes, factory LC, reclining seats, and even traction control. The seller mentions they are only the third owner of the vehicle, and it's already been updated with a brand new interior and fresh Coca tires. It even comes with a new, uninstalled trunk kit to help you finish it up. Historically speaking, the GT Hawk was a brilliant, styling triumph. Studebaker was struggling financially, so they hired legendary industrial designer Brooks Stevens to completely overhaul the aging Hawk lineup on a shoestring budget. He added this iconic, sharp-edged roofline and a bold Mercedes-style front grille. Back in 1962, this car was aimed squarely at personal luxury heavyweights like the Ford Thunderbird. But while the T-Bird went heavy on space-age, jet propulsion styling themes, the Studebaker GT Hawk chose understated, athletic European elegance. It offered a sophisticated, grand touring experience that completely stood out from the crowd. Here in 2026, getting behind the wheel of a raw, analog 1960s V8 cruiser like this is the ultimate escape. For under 20 grand, you are getting an incredibly rare, clean titled piece of mid-century Americana that you can drive and enjoy immediately. 1967 Chevrolet Camaro convertible, located in Ozark, Mo, valued at $39,500. Just look, that striking first-year Hugger orange and black paint job absolutely pops in the garage. Now, you'll notice it's wearing SS badging, but the seller is super transparent and clarifies right away that it is not a true SS car. It just had the badges when they bought it. Under the hood sits a 283 cubic inch V8, paired with a fun 4-speed manual transmission. The seller has done a massive amount of work in the last 500 miles, including a new Edelbrock carburetor, new tubular arms, Viking coilovers, and front disc brakes. Inside, you get modern safety and comfort with 3-point seat belts, a new tilt steering wheel, and a retrosound Bluetooth stereo featuring a powered subwoofer under the passenger seat. Because it's an honest driver, it has a few quirks. The heater fan needs work, and the transmission leaks a bit and grinds going into fourth gear unless you double clutch. The seller is only letting it go because they are finishing up a 55 Chevy truck project. Historically, 1967 was ground zero for the Camaro. Chevrolet engineered this car with one specific mission: to hunt down the Ford Mustang. While the Mustang created the pony car segment, the Camaro perfected it with a muscular, aggressive stance and a wider track that made cars like the Plymouth Barracuda sweat. The first-year Camaro convertible, an undisputed legend. For just under 40 grand, you are getting an incredibly solid cruiser. We've covered 5 cars so far. Which one do you think is the best buy for 2026? Let me know your pick in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for another Hidden Gems classic car finds. 1998 BMW 328i convertible, located in Arnold, Mo. Valued at $8,500. It has that low, classic stance that never goes out of style. This weekend cruiser is packed with tasteful, driver-focused mods. The seller states that the maintenance is fully kept up. It's rocking a fresh set of wheels and tires, an aggressive front bumper, clear headlights, and Euro-style taillights. The interior got a massive refresh with an aftermarket steering wheel, an Apple CarPlay display, and a brand new Bose sound speaker upgrade. Up front, a strut bar keeps that legendary inline-six planted. It's not a flawless garage. Queen the seller admits there is a small hood dent, but it's an honest, ready-to-drive classic. Historically, the E36 generation set the benchmark for sports sedans and drop-tops. Back in '98, this car was battling the Mercedes C-Class and Audi A4. But the BMW effortlessly took the crown for pure, balanced, rear-wheel drive dynamics here in 2026. Dropping the top on a raw, analog 90s BMW is the perfect weekend escape. 1972 Chevrolet Monte Carlo, located in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, valued at $19,500. This thing has an incredibly unique look, sporting a stealthy matte blue-grey finish topped off with gloss black racing stripes on the hood. It completely modernizes the classic long hood muscle car silhouette. According to the details, this is an honest, solid driver. Under that massive hood sits a strong 350 small block V8 that runs and drives great. The seller has already thrown a ton of new parts at it, including fresh brakes, a new set of wheels, and tires with that classic white lettering. You can also see they upgraded to modern halo headlights, which look killer against the blacked-out grille. It's not a flawless trailer queen, but it's a turnkey head-turner. Historically, 1968 to 1972 was the golden first generation for the Monte Carlo, and '72 was the absolute final year for this clean design. Chevrolet built this car to target the premium personal luxury coupe market, going directly after the Pontiac Grand Prix and the Ford Thunderbird. It gave buyers the high-end luxury feel of a Cadillac, but kept the raw, tire-shredding DNA of a Chevelle. For under 20 grand. This is a massive amount of style and soul for the money. 1952 Oldsmobile 88, located in Armstrong, IA, valued at $15,000. Just look at that, finished in a gorgeous red and black two-tone. This two-door holiday hardtop body style has some of the cleanest lines of the early 1950s. It's got that beautiful pillarless profile that completely redefined American car design. Let's talk specs, because this listing is packed with the good stuff. Under that massive hood sits the legendary 303 rocket V8 engine, paired with an automatic transmission to keep it running cool and smooth. It's been upgraded with an aluminum radiator and an Edelbrock carburetor. The seller notes that the paint and body are in nice shape. The interior was recently redone, and it's rolling on stunning Cadillac wire wheels with newer white wall tires. It runs and drives good, and honestly, for 15 grand, finding a turnkey Rocket 88 this solid is getting incredibly tough. Historically, the Oldsmobile Rocket 88 is widely considered by enthusiasts to be the world's very first muscle car. Back in '52, it was competing against cars like the Hudson Hornet and the Chrysler New Yorker. But while Hudson relied on a flathead inline-six, Oldsmobile changed the game with its high-compression, overhead valve V8. It absolutely dominated NASCAR in the early '50s and even inspired the first ever rock and roll song. Here in 2026, driving a heavy steel, chrome-laden '50s cruiser is the ultimate statement. It's pure automotive soul. 1956 Pontiac Star Chief two-door HT, located in Grove, Oklahoma, valued at $17,000. Check out, this is a beautifully preserved 1956 Pontiac Star Chief two-door hardtop, and it's currently listed for $17,000. The seller notes it has been repainted in its original two-tone colors years ago, rocking a distinctive yellow over taupe finish. With that pillarless hardtop profile and thick white wall tires, It has an unbelievable, authentic mid-century look. Let's talk specs. This Survivor is mostly original, but highly roadworthy. Under that massive hood sits the original 316 cubic inch overhead valve V8 breathing through a 4-barrel carburetor, paired with an automatic transmission that was rebuilt and resealed 7k miles ago. It comes with power steering and power brakes. Though it has no AC, the seller has refreshed a ton of stuff. New brakes, brake lines, Coca-wide white radials, a new radiator, spark plugs, and electric wipers. It has glass packs that give it a nice rumble without being too loud, and it even features the iconic lighted hood ornament. Historically, 1956 was a massive year for GM. The Star Chief was Pontiac's top-tier luxury model, competing directly against the iconic Chevrolet Bel Air and the Oldsmobile Super 88, while everyone hypes up the 56 Bel Air today. The Star Chief actually offered a longer wheelbase and a more premium, executive feel on the road for the discerning beer. Sitting in a heavy steel, chrome-laden 50s cruiser with a rumbling V8 is the ultimate analog escape. 1991 Mercedes-Benz 420SL, located in Frisco, Texas, valued at $11,900. This car represents the legendary W126 generation, specifically the long wheelbase version. It is finished in a timeless black paint over a beautifully preserved grey leather interior that you can see. Back in the day, parking one of these in your driveway meant you had seriously made it. Let's talk about the specs, because this specific find is highly original. Under that massive hood sits a smooth 4.2-litre V8 engine. According to the seller's description, this is an honest survivor with 99,000 original miles. It features an immaculate interior, pristine paint, brand new tires, and ice-cold air conditioning. The seller notes it runs excellently going forward, but there is a slight quirk. When shifting into reverse, it takes a few minutes to engage. Honestly, for a W126, this clean under 12 grand, sorting out a reverse gear delay is a project well worth tackling. Historically, 1991 was a monumental year because it was the absolute final year of production for the iconic W126 chassis. Back then, this car was going head-to-head with heavyweights like the BMW 735iL and the brand new Lexus LS400. While Lexus brought incredible electronics and BMW offered sportier handling, the Mercedes 420 SEL won on pure prestige, tank-like build quality, and timeless executive presence. Here in 2026, driving a classic, analog German cruiser like this is the ultimate antidote.